So we are at the Teske Drain. You know, all of our drains have a name. They're all these old agricultural drains and everything is built up around them. In this case, just to tell you where we are, Kelly Road is up here. We're behind some businesses here off of Kelly Road. 14 Mile going that way, 15 Mile going this way, you know, and Groesbeck intersects, etc. So you're familiar with the area. And we're in Fraser, in the city of Fraser. This drain looks pretty good today. Of course, it's a dry day, so there's not much of anything in there right now. But the people that live in this area are well aware that we have had tremendous flooding in this area, particularly along Kelly Road. I mean, so much so sometimes they've had to close the roads, even this year when we've had the heavy rain events. So we got after our Teske Drain here, try to clean it out, and we did. And what you can see here, we had to pull the banks back. I mean, you know, earlier this summer, you couldn't even see anything here. It was totally overgrown with vegetation. You couldn't see anything. So we had to clear all that out and then clean up the banks here a bit, what we call pulling the banks back a bit. And then we rocked all the sides here. So we hardened the sides of the drain to stabilize it. And then this is a 66-inch culvert here. It's a concrete culvert. And we had to redo all of that. You can sort of tell it's all freshly done, fresh cement. And get that in place because it was all falling in. Then here was the real kicker to this thing. If I can have my videographer here follow me around and come around this way so all of you can see down the drain in this way. This is where the railroad tracks go here, obviously. And in fact, some of the vegetation's starting to grow up again, which is fine. You got to have vegetation on the banks here. But all of this whole area here was, you know, over the years and with all of this flooding, you had all kinds of railroad ties, tires, logs that all went underneath this culvert, underneath the railroad tracks, back over there to another industrial building. And when we cleaned out this drain, it was the worst blockage, I think the worst, in all the years I have seen since I've been here. Certainly one of the worst. It was crazy how bad it was. With all these railroad ties and all this stuff, the debris that had gotten in there, I mean, it was just hardened, really, inside the drain. So we've cleaned all that out. We have a manhole over there. Obviously, you couldn't pull it out this way. We had to go down through the manhole. The guys had to use chains and, you know, different kinds of things to pull it up out of the manhole, all of this debris. And then we jetted all of that out, vectored it all out, got rid of all the sedimentation. So this thing is running free now. And it drains a huge area here. And then, if I can have my videographer come around the other way here, trying to give you a sense of where we are with all of this. This drain then runs about another 120 feet out to Kelly. And again, it's a 60-inch culvert, a concrete culvert. And so again, now we didn't have all of that, the railroad ties and all of that in here, but we had a huge amount of buildup. I mean, if you've been following our videos, as you know, in the 8 years that I got here, we have cleaned out so many drains, and we have a long way to go because many of these drains were let go for decades. If nothing ever happened to many of these drains. And obviously, they didn't work. Now they're working. So we jetted all this out through here, and this thing now is really running free. So then, of course, we're able to make sure that Kelly is not flooding. Now, this is our drain under the Macomb County Public Works. The Macomb County Road Commission just did a great job of redoing Kelly Road. So that's all open now. It looks beautiful. But they also had a lot of drainage problems. So they have there's another drain that runs along for the road, much of the road. And they have also cleaned all of that out. Again, another 66-inch pipes. So this is our manhole, obviously. And then this pipe runs about 120 feet down to the open drain that we showed you. And obviously, again, this is Kelly Road. That's gross spec up there, past that's 14 mile, and then going up this way is 15 mile. Again, the Road Commission has just done a beautiful job here with this road. We don't want it to be flooding, right? Even the businesses here were having so much flooding they couldn't even get to work. So hopefully that's resolved. Hopefully that's resolved, because we did our thing with our county drain under the Public Works, and then the Macomb County Road Commission, they did a big section that runs all the way down here along the road as well. Again, when you have Kelly Road flooding and people can't get through there, first of all, we've had incredible amounts of rainfall. I don't know if it's climate change or what's happening, but we're getting so much rain, and the intensity of these rainfalls, it's hard for any of these old systems to keep up. But the systems that we have in place, we got to make sure they're taken care of and that, you know, the water can flow. So we feel real good about this project. It was sort of a much more complicated thing than we thought once we got in there and realized what was all stuck in this drain. But anyway, it's done, and as you know, we find them, we fix them.
Follow us on social media. For more information, explore our website. Reach out via email or connect through our toll-free hotline, 1-877-679-4337.